You all saw the video title. Is the Monowire still good in the big 2026? For the big update of 2.0, the Monowire was essentially still counted as a blade weapon, blade/melee. This means that any blade and melee tech tree perks will affect the Monowire and made it extremely easy to get strong quite early on. Not to mention, it just became a lot more suitable for most builds. But after the 2.0 update, they finally changed that. The Monowire no longer became a blade and only counted as a melee weapon. This means that most perks that would originally affect the Monowire no longer did a thing. This meant that the Monowire is heavily reliant on intelligent tech trees and was only able to properly get modified if you had the correct cyberware. For this video, I'm going to be talking about the Monowire after the big 2.0 update, as well as base game stats only, considering the fact that the Phantom Legacy DLC adds new perks and skill sets which makes the Monowire a lot stronger than it is for most players. The modern Monowire is basically a hybrid weapon. It's strongest when you combine it with net running. You quick hack enemies, apply pressure, control the fight, and then use the Monowire to clean up groups fast. It rewards setup. That is the bigger difference. This isn't a katana replacement. It's not supposed to be. If you want pure speed and slicing everything instantly, katanas are still better. But Monowire gives you range, crowd control, and the synergy that most melee weapons don't have. What Monowire still does really well is its amazing crowd control. It's able to hit multiple enemies at the same time and apply damage from a good range, meaning you can stay safe and still mow down enemies. I mean, come on, tell me this doesn't look sick. Secondly, we have speed. It's insanely fast. You can delete enemies before they even manage to react. And this can come into advantage, especially when doing gigs, because it allows you to finish gigs as quickly and smoothly as possible. Thirdly, the Monowire is best used with a netrunner build. What I mean by this is that you need to be actively using quick hacks in a battle to actually use and bring out the Monowire's full capacity. If you don't understand what I mean, just watch this gameplay.
Hey!
the Monowire isn't all good. So let's start going into more of the negative sides. Firstly, the Monowire is extremely reliant on cybernetics. What I mean by this is that in order to properly use the Monowire, you need to have the correct cyberware and perks that make melee weapons in Cyberpunk 2077 really strong. What this means for you as a player is that the Monowire early on is garbage. It is horrible. Trust me guys, I got the Monowire thinking it was really cool, but early on, that was the worst idea of my life. It did almost no damage, averaging out at around 20 damage per second. Now currently my Monowire is upgraded to tier 5 plus, but early on, it's literally impossible to use, and I ended up just opting out for normal weapons anyway. The second negative is using the Monowire against single strong enemies is a little awkward. Even after you level it up, it doesn't do as much damage as it should, and it's honestly not that good. I mean, look at this. We're barely hitting at DPS and it's just awkward. Of course, using finishers will help you, but you can't really unlock that early on. Personally, from day one, even going through the early stages of the Monowire, I've always preferred the Monowire. And it's simply because, in my opinion, the Monowire is just more fun to use. Gorilla arms, sure, but do I really want to be upfront to people all the time? And then the Mantis blades, they're alright, they're okay, you know what I'm saying? But the Monowire, it just really appealed to me. So I think personally, the Monowire is built for somebody who really loves to bring out Cyberpunk's full capacity. What I mean by capacity is if you really enjoy using quick hacks and just messing around in gameplay, then the Monowire might be the best idea for you. Sure, it's not a perfect replacement to things like katanas or like hammers, but doesn't need to be. Because what really matters is whatever gives you the most fun. Oh shit. What's the final verdict? Is the Monowire still worth it in the Big 26? I would say yes, but only if you build it around what it is actually now. What I mean by this is if you want old school blade gameplay, just choose the katana. But if you want a smart hybrid that really prioritizes Cyberpunk's capabilities, then I think that the Monowire is definitely worth using. It wasn't killed by the big update, it just evolved. See y'all next time, and subscribe, like, comment down below if you want me to make another video like this, or if you want me to talk about the DLC pack as well. Bye.